Thank you so much, Daniel, right there, talking about issues out there right there. Now, this time around, we'll be taking a look at the creation of Livestock Ministry by the President of Nigeria, talking about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and it's generating a whole lot of reaction from so many people right there. Some will see it as a positive signal, while some see it as a negative. Probably will not solve the problem of farmers' headers class. And joining me this morning to take a critical look at that is the National Secretary of Farmers Association of Nigeria, and Dr. Yunusa Alidu. It's a pleasure to have you this morning.
Thank you. Good morning once again. Good morning, Nigerians.
Yeah, let's get to the nitty-gritty of what the media is talking right now, because we all woke up to the realization that the President has decided to set up Ministry of Livestock. On hearing this, what was your first thought about it?
Okay, thank you very much. My first thought was I appreciate the President for initiating that, but I believe every reasonable Nigerian who understands the trend of the clashes between the farmers and herders in Nigeria, once you understand the system, you'll be able to appreciate the President for that. But you see, the problem with the system is not initiating that, but what is the objectives? Is the objectives to the public domain? Do we know actually their aims and objectives? Is it to fight about, is it to solve the problem of crop farmers and livestock problems? There are many things on ground that need to be done. Of course, creating the ministry is very, very important. It will create jobs. Who are the teams that will pioneer these ministries? Who is going to be the honorable minister? Who is going to be the honorable minister of state? Who is going to be the permanent secretary? It's not just to create ministry, just to help or to sort this, the assist some of the politicians who fought for the government. We start seeing somebody from who is not a farmer, who is neither a crop farmer or a livestock farmer, will now be the minister. Who does not even know the relationship between the crop farmer and the livestock will be the minister, or will be the farm sec, or will be the major stakeholders in the board. So the issue is the President must look at it critically. I appreciate his press statement when he said it's not about politics, it's about Nigeria. But not him. People that will be pioneering the affair will be now bringing politics into it, which he will not be aware. There must be team that will be monitoring it. There must be strong team, people who are loyal to Nigeria, who knows the economy of this country, who know the trend of the economy of this country, that knows how to solve the problem. Senior people from the north, who are where the farmers are. All these crises between farmers and others are always in the north. The little one just within the southwest and south-south is just all these pastoral farmers, pastoral Fulanis, who goes there, who are looking for greener pastures. So, but the major crisis is within the northern region. So, but I want to believe that the stakeholders should be drawn from the north. And if so is done, then there are northern elders forums, which they too have to come on board. We have to be the advisory board. I'm just saying, at my own perspective as a farmer, but the President who initiated that, people who advised him to initiate that, they know better. But I think the truth of the matter is, the truth has to be told. We must, first of all, when we wake up in the morning, we have to think of Nigeria. We have to think of Nigeria as our country, but not thinking myself, not thinking my family, not thinking my ministry. See, that is the problem we are facing in this country. The problem between farmers and others is a very large problem here, which is very difficult for only government alone to solve it. I keep dreaming that if I become the president today, there are things that happen in this country here. They are meeting with somebody doing the backyard. Several occasions you will see security men, they will just, or they will bash into somebody's house. They will start coming out with ammunition, with arms, with sort of heavy ammunition. You don't know that you are living with a criminal. So the government should come up with this operation, know your neighbor. You must know who is your neighbor, where is he working, what is his duty, what is it. So that there are people living in this country that you don't know them, they are foreigners, they are Nigerians, what is their duty? You see them spending money, building houses.
You see a civil servant today, they will employ him today, before next year, you see him start building estates, start building this, and the common man is looking at him, nobody will say anything. And that is the problem now.
Okay, now let me take you to, let's take a look at the makeup of the Ministry of Livestock, because it's coming at a critical time where the country is grappling with so many challenges. The problem of food insecurity, farmers headers clash. And you talked about the kind of quality of people that must come into it. Do you foresee a situation, because the president is also going to be the chairman of the committee on the livestock to deliberate on some of the parameters that are needed to make it happen. But do you think technocrats should be the watchword when appointed? Well, you talked about politicians, not allowing politicians to come in, but do you think technocrats, at a point in time, we had the National Sports Commission, where we have only technocrats who have done something related to sport or having something being appointed to man those places, but until the closure of it. But for the Ministry of Livestock, do you think technocrats should be the paramount in deciding who go even the minister of that place?
No, not every technocrat that is not reliable. Technocrats are reliable people. They have ideas, technical ideas on things, but execution, some of them, that is where the problem comes.
Okay.
To be very frank with you, as I say, the president must look at the quality of people, get a very strong advisory board. He's the chairman, but the vice chairman is the former INEC chairman, who is a renowned citizen who lives the challenges in the north, who are dealing with people like him and be able to come up with lasting solutions. What is happening? The problem of Nigeria today is the crisis between farmers and herders are very fundamental. The problem is one. The herders is livestock is their profession. Farmers, crop production is their profession. Now everybody is producing in the
this in mind Tuesday while
producing in the house. And what the crop farmer is producing, that is what the livestock man is looking for. So there must be a protection between the two. And if you go back in history, you see that livestock farmers, they are always related to the crop farmers, because in those days, traditionally, when we are in the village, they always go together, because the farmers, the livestock farmers need the crop farmers, because when you harvest, the livestock man will now come and settle in your farm to eat up the remedies, the remnants, and then they will put fertilizer for you. So it has been there conventionally. Till today, that politics, religion, other things, ethnicity come in, that they bring hatred between the two. They are all the same people. You see, the Fulani man, who is predominantly a herder, and other tribes who are livestock farmers. Today, not only a Fulani man that own livestock in the north. Almost every Nigerian is having livestock. So the issue is Congo must come together and look at it. Look. And there are other people who are coming from other countries. The West African, what do you call them, ECOWAS. Also look at it, because you see, most of the people bringing problems in this country, most of them, 70 to 80% of these Fulanis are not Nigerians. They are coming from the East African countries, Mali, Southern Sudan, and other places, because Nigeria is a complex city, complex country where giant cities, they come into this riverine area to look for greener pasture. It has been there years in years out, until the government of these countries come together. Look, what is wrong in creating ranches for your farmers, for your herders in your country, instead of them preparing into our country, coming into our country on dry season, disturbing us. And now the route where all these animals need to pass, development is increasing all these places. People are building estates, institutions, roads, and other developments.
Let me hold your thought a little bit. Let's quickly take a look at this special report on the creation and also on livestock farming. We'll be right back after this break.
In recent times, agriculture stakeholders have maintained strongly that livestock value chain issues should be addressed holistically. Also, pastoralists have been agitating for the creation of a full-blown ministry for livestock. Most likely with this in mind, Tuesday, while inaugurating the Presidential Committee on Livestock Reforms at the Council Chambers of the Presidential Villa, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu announced the creation of the Ministry of Livestock Development. President Tinubu says dairy industry contributes significantly to nutrition and food security that supply essential protein and vitamin through milk and its derivatives.
This sector will boost agricultural productivity and
is it okay? Okay, thank you.
The value chain that benefits farmers, processors, herders, distributors, and consumers alike.
President Tinubu also announced that former INEC chairman Professor Atairu Jega will take over the affairs of the Presidential Committee on Livestock Reform from his former chairman Abdullahi Ganduje as part of effort to separate it from politics.
At this juncture, I will appeal to remove every taint of partisan politics from it. I assume the chairmanship of the committee as the president and appoint Professor Atairu Jega as my deputy.
From the council chambers, Asarok Presidential Villa, Amikaro Atta, ITV News.
Yeah, the announcement from the number one citizen of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, announcing the creation of the livestock ministry after extensive deliberations. And the creation of the ministry is one of the suggestions put forward to the president by the committee chaired by the chairman of the APC, talking about Ganduje right here. And we are talking about this ministry before we went on. We take a look at that report, talking about the implication of this, the part of technical and find the lasting solution. Just like you've been saying, the major objective is to find the lasting solution to the farmers' head scratch, and also moving forward and other creations that can really help to really increase the produce when it comes to livestock farming. And you're saying something about it.
What I was saying is, if I am to advise the government, and if the government will listen to us, we are farmers.
Yeah.
We also farm crops. We also farm livestock.
Yeah.
We are all together. So I will advise the government, as development is going on every day and day. People are giving back. Many people, the rate of people giving back is more than the rate of people dying. So that means development is increasing day by day in this country. So therefore, governments must look at a lasting solution. From now, government should be thinking 50 years, 100 years to come, what will happen? If I to advise the government is, how do we create ranches? These Fulani that are moving around because they are looking for what? Green pastures. What is wrong in what can we? There are many pastoral grasses that people are planting within the areas where we can harvest water, build small dam for them where they can be watering these grasses. There are many places in the north where government can harvest water. They can collaborate with the state government, with international organizations to harvest water where they can be irrigating these grasses within during dry season. Yeah. So if that one is done, they will not say, look, how many cows do you have? I have 100. You need 100 hectares of land because traditionally one cow is supposed to go for 1 hectare. We now say, okay, we have 100 cow. Government will give you 100 hectares at any condition, either by selling to them, either by leasing to them, either by whatsoever, giving them for free of charge. Then now we say, this is your own. Where a manner you offense it, your cow must not go outside this boundary. Then you go to the next person. That all this would have solved the problem of movement of cow from one place to another. If that one is done, now you are a crop farmer, I give you 50 hectares. What is your capacity? You can produce 50 hectares, I give you 50 hectares. Therefore, it's either you fence it or you wear a manner, no animal will come through that place. And you have to look at it in a strategic area where it's not grazing routes, because there is grazing routes from from West Africa to Central Africa. These Fulani people, traditionally, they know them since from their ancestors. And today, all those routes are encouraged by development. Roads, railway, institutions, schools, and development estate and other things. So now, it's their duty. They must find way. On the process of passing through all these things, the animal is not a human being. At least they will with some of the pass through some of the farms, and that is where the problem comes. And the farmer will say no, he doesn't want to be patient. No, they'll start fighting, and that is where the clashes always happen. But if there is no movement of animal, government will put a law. If you see a cow moving from one state to another state, that means that cow, that animal are what? A hostile animal. They should arrest them and take whatsoever they want to take. Then that means if everybody is satisfied, there will be no problem.
But do you think ranching can stop this problem?
It will stop, definitely it will stop, yes.
Or do you think our people are used to ranching? It's our system.
They have to adopt it, they have to learn it. They have to learn it. People, you see, we have a very complex situation. People, you see, an educated person does not understand the economy of a country. That's why problem is there. You see, somebody made a statement on television yesterday that I was watching on social media. They said they are not in support of the opening of the border. If you see the kind of insult, common Nigerians are insulting them. To us, we as Nigerian farmers, we are never support of opening border to bring in food from outside. What we need is the government should give security to Nigerian farmers. In those days, Nigerians were producing and were even sending to outside countries. What happened today? Those lands are still there. The fact that some of them are encroached by development, but the virgin land are still there. The virgin land are in many states, but what the problem is, the farmers cannot go to the farm any longer because of what? Insecurity. So if farmers cannot go to, how long will you be bringing food from other countries? I advise government opening border to bring food. You can bring any other input but never food, because if the government depend on food, that means we are going back to neo-colonialism, because other people will say colonize us like before, because we have virgin land. Which country is producing the food that we are not producing?
In the light of the current plight of the people of the nation, considering the fact that the insecurity is one of the major challenges, that's also reduced the level of production. Government is saying let's have 3 months window where we need to ban or something.
It will not be. It will never solve the problem. I'm saying it here. Nigeria should understand. They should be patient. They should forgive me. Yunus Halidu, I'm saying it's not possible. It will never solve the problem. Give us the security. We are farmers. Give us security. We will produce to the maximum. We will produce to the best of Nigeria and supply Nigerian food. The consumers are more than the producers. So now an insecurity also come in. So you want to import. How long will you import? What is the plan after 3 months? What is your plan after 3 months?
Probably at that time they would have been able to resolve the security issue.
How? This security issue that has been lingering for more than 10 years? Will it be sorted out in 3 months? If you sort it out, this is a cropping period.
Yes.
This is a cropping. Solve the problem. Let's see. It's not because we want to import food. I'm telling you, what's your name? Tolu. Mark my word today, and Nigerians should mark my word today. I'm saying it live. I'm not in favor of anybody, but I'm in support of my country, Nigerian. This importation of food will never, when I mean never, will never solve the problem. And I am telling you, look at now, there's this global problem that meteorological agencies, they said this time around there's going to be serious scarcity of food. Even international World Health United Nations make the write-up some months ago that Nigeria is going to face serious challenge of food security, and it's happening now. We are in July now. There's no enough rain for farmers to plant crops, and according to meteorologists, they said this year there's going to be shortage of rain. That means we have advised our farmers to plant any crops that will yield very fast. If not, maybe by August ending of middle of September, the rain will go. If the rain go, that means there's going to be a heavy drought, and there's also that will now come back. So that is where the food security, the food crisis will now start. People are crying now today, back of rice is this, back of rice. I am telling you, it's not a prayer, it's not a wish anyway. Yeah. But if we are not careful, this bag of rice will amount to 100 and something thousand naira in this country. Mark my word, I'm saying it because yesterday I told you I was in the farm.
Yeah.
So we are seeing what is happening in the field. So government must look at all these solutions, call the real farmers on round table. Let's solve this problem. Not to supply fertilizer, not to buy this, not to buy this. You wake up in the morning, you say, government, CBN spent 100 billion naira to purchase fertilizer. Why will you apply the fertilizer? Are farmers going to eat the fertilizer? Is fertilizer food? They said they introduced telomeres from brigade. Is telomeres, are you going to plant them in this studio? You still go back to the field where there is insecurity and plant them there. Where is the security? Provide security for Nigerian farmers. Nigerian farmers will provide food for this country to eat. Simple and short. That is what we want.
Do you think the 1 year in office that the president has spent is enough to solve the issue of insecurity for farmers to return?
It's a policy. It's a policy that they can just make it within 1 month or two. It's a policy. So, but when they fail in policy, it's not to carry gun and go to the field and start fighting. It's a policy that all the stakeholders have to come to round table and look at what is your problem, what is your problem, what is your problem. Let's work together and solve this problem. But now everybody is feeling, I am government, I am bandit, I am this, I am this. We cannot come on one table. How will the problem solve? The government must call these people on board.
But who are they? We can't even say.
They know them. Nigerian government knows them. The state governors knows where all these bandits are. They are living within the people. They know them.
But do you think government should negotiate with them?
Of course, yes. Not even negotiation. You have to know their problem. What is your primary problem? Tell us what is your primary problem. Why are you fighting? I'm fighting because of this, because of this. Okay, I'll provide this for you. I'll provide this for you. I will not provide this for you. I will not provide this for you. There should be an understanding. But it's because the common man is paying the price. That is why they don't care. Sorry to say, the common man is paying the price. If you go to the north today, you see that many people, they have become homeless. Their belongings have been sold out to rescue their people from bandits. Bandits are collecting this money. What are they doing with the money? We don't know. You see, and I am telling you before man and God, Nigerians should hear this thing today. Most of these people collecting this ransom, they are living within the city centers, within the urban areas. They are not in the bush. The Fulani people, they are using them to go and kidnap, to go and hold people to ransom in the bush. They are not even, if you watch social media, you see that some of them, they collect a ransom of 100 million. They will give them 1 million naira to go and smoke Igbo. They will buy all this thing for them. They are not even enjoying the money. People that are enjoying the money, they are inside cities, making connection. The former minister, when he came, Professor Afantami, he said people should register SIM card. All once everybody is registered, that one will add the problem of security. Nothing happened, and they are using the same communication. This SIM card we are using, this telephone line to communicate and collect ransom. Nobody can trust them. How can they deceive us?
So, but another major issue in the process of government coming up with policies that can really help to ameliorate the current condition of farmers also has to do with that. We have so-called farmers who are not farmers, who just hijack the process. How does the farmer association try to pull down this? So you see the people coming who are saying some of the funds being provided by government to the level of farming. That's a major challenge to that. The farmer association must work on.
Thank you very much for that. You see. Nigerian government is a very critical government. Sometimes the politicians, they use associations to pave their way into political offices, because if you see, like all farmer association in Nigeria is an umbrella body of all the farmers, commodity association, cooperatives, group of farmers, individual farmers in Nigeria. The objective was to create an umbrella where all the farmers will come under this umbrella and speak with one voice, understand their problems, understand their prospect, understand their situation. Now we will now advise, we will be the one to speak for them through the government. But today, Farmers Association has been segmented into different segments because government want to use this if they say you didn't support this party, so we are not working with you. We now initiate another one. This one did not support this party, we are not working with you. In a state where PDP is rolling, they say no, you didn't support PDP, we are not working with you. And when Tinubu was sworn in, I caught my word. He said, either you are butterfly, or either you are articulated, or either you are concosia, You voted for the benefit of this country. Now your political party did not win. Come, let's come together and build a formidable Nigeria. But his followers refuse to do that. Yes, the ministers, the state governors refuse to do that. If they want to share input today, they will say, this one did not follow PDP, this one did not do APC, we will not work with you. They have said to us several times. So our people are so far are paying and we are the real umbrella body of farmers and commodity association in Nigeria. We have about 56 commodity associations that are supposed to be under us, but they use system, government, politics to separate.
And that's where the problem is, because you allow ourselves to be used by the politicians. We are not allowing us to be able to benefit from what they are supposed to do. We talked about some of them skimming their way into the association. That should have been a good means to get across to the people at the lower level.
And the problem is, the issue is like this. We are advising body. We are telling the government what to do. I'm a farmer. I'm not a politician. Neither I'm a civil servant. I'm a farmer. I don't buy food. I don't do anything. I produce what I eat. And I am telling you now categorically that what I have in my warehouse today, even if I didn't produce this year, I will say it till next year. So I don't have a problem. But we are producing for other people who are not producing. But if government is looking for people who are conniving with them, sharing input and taking it back to the open market, they should do it. But people are paying the price. That is not only me. The common civil servant is paying the price.
Exactly.
So we don't bother, because I'm a producer. My president is a very big farmer. So he produces rice and millions of naira. The same thing with me. I produce.
But another challenge you farmers are paying is the problem of the middleman who comes in, buy your produce and store it in a warehouse and now determine the price. Unlike in the past when we used to have a commodity board where government comes in, taking some of this in and to be able to stabilize price. It is not something you do.
When this government came in, after some months, this same commodity board were initiated, headed by a woman. They called me, either her PA or so, somebody called me. We sat down, we discussed on the modalities, how we can do, but because maybe some interest or other thing could not come in, to not drill this something. Some of them now, the system didn't work. But commodity board works. In those days, when we are young, commodity board works. But today, why is it failed? Because corruption. If you give somebody 1 million naira to go and buy a trailer of rice, he will go and buy half trailer. He will start writing report on how this thing happened. But today, we should keep commodity board aside. We advise our farmers. You see, there's something I keep saying every day I meet media people. I say Nigerian does not need subsidy of inputs. Every day farmers are crying, no subsidy, no subsidy, no subsidy. If a farmer is crying for subsidy, you are a television, a media house. What is your subsidy? Are you not a Nigerian? What of Tello? What of mechanic? What of bricklayer? Why is government not subsidizing for them? Are they not Nigerian? Agriculture is a business like any other business. So if you need subsidy, you produce it the way you get it. Yeah. If you buy tractor at 100 million naira, then you produce it and sell your rice for 1 million naira. If somebody wants to buy, let him buy. It's a business like any other business. I don't support subsidy. I don't.
That's the same statement right there coming from Dr. Yunusa Alido, the National Secretary of All Farmers Association. We'll be talking about the creation of livestock ministry and the insecurity that is really affected at the level of production in the country. I must say big thank you to you this morning for coming.
Thank you very much.
Part of it, and for this enlightenment you have given. And the major statement coming from you that you don't need subsidy.
We need subsidy of price. We don't need subsidy of inputs. Well, then you ask me how, then me and you will sit down. I will decide it on the tabular form. Then you understand how I need subsidy of price. If you subsidize price, it's only somebody who produce will benefit. But if you subsidize input, politician will hijack, input suppliers will hijack, civil servant will hijack, a farmer will not get it. Simple.
You heard it right there. That's coming from the National Secretary of Farmers Association. It's been an interesting discussion right here, and also shedding light on so many things pertaining to the creation of livestock ministry and also the role of subsidy in the